guys, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Gio and I'm alongside Adamo to preview the big fixture coming up this weekend between Juventus and AC Milan that will be played on Saturday, 8:45 p.m. Italian time is the kickoff at the Juventus Stadium. Match valid for round 13 of the 2015-2016 Serie A season. And what a fixture, guys, we have here as AC Milan visit Juventus, a team that really didn't start too good of a season. Many people weren't expecting this type of start for Juventus, but slowly they're kind of getting back up. They're accelerating, they're improving their pace there in the standings, picking up some very good positive results. But on the other side, you got Milan, a team that once again, themselves as well, didn't start too well, but now it's 5 consecutive games where they don't lose a match. And overall, the main issue of this team, of course, being the defense, is slightly improving as we're conceding less, we're keeping clean sheets. And overall, you could see this team is starting to pick up where they have to go. And that is what the test that really confronts this Milan side on Saturday, because we're going to be playing a Juventus side that, despite their form, it's always going to be a tough fixture. And nonetheless, being at the Juventus Stadium, a stadium where really Milan didn't pick up any positive results for as far as I can remember, but hopefully things will change on Saturday. Now, Adamo, what do you make of this matchup between these two titans on paper?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just want to put a bit of a disclaimer. As you can probably hear right now, there's a bit of roofing going on, but, just keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times, and all will be swell. But anyways, I do think that this will be an exciting fixture, to say the least. I mean, Milan are a side that, as you mentioned, have been picking up a lot of pace, 5 games unbeaten. So obviously Milan are going to want to keep that going. And Juventus are going to want to pick up points to, get their spot in the Champions League, because that would be quite embarrassing if you go from winning the league, almost getting the treble Champions League final, to not even making Europe. So they're definitely going to want to pick up some points. The return of Massimiliano Allegri, the legend himself. Only thing better than that is Mutari in the stands. So I guess, maybe it could be better, but we're going to have to wait and see. But yeah, it should be a great fixture. Definitely two sides, as I mentioned, do want to be picking up points, and two sides that are very much so capable. So I think it will be a tight match, so it will be somewhat entertaining, but, hopefully Milan can get the job done.
Definitely. And a big statement that I wanted to make, and a big talking point, actually, of this match is the battle of the goalkeepers, or should I say the battle of the Gigis, because we're going to see Gigi Buffon on one side, a goalkeeper that just celebrated 20 years in the Serie A, and what an achievement that is for him. All our congratulations to Gianluigi Buffon, one of my most admired goalkeepers, possibly my favorite goalkeepers of all time, along with Gigi Donnarumma, a 16-year-old playing for Milan that has pretty much been saving their bacon all around so far in the matches that he's played, with 2 clean sheets and so far no losses for him. So it's going to be something to see how he could deal with the pressure going in here at the Juventus Stadium. Of course, it's not going to be an easy task, but I'm kind of excited to see how this confrontation between the two Gigis could actually develop on Saturday. What do you think about this, Adamo? Who's going to be the winner of the Gigis?
Well, no, it should be interesting, to say the least. As you said, Gigi Donnarumma saving Milan bacon on numerous occasions. But Gigi Buffon also doing that for Juventus this season, possibly one of their best players. I mean, he's always, you can just hear my dog going wild in the background. But Gigi Buffon, Gigi Donnarumma, maybe a little scrap at the end, a little 1-2. You never know. Mihajlovic on the sidelines can't get any better than that. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see. My dogs are just going wild because they can't wait to see this fixture, and they're just full in it. They are going for the 3-0 victory for AC Milan.
Wow, that is something. That is really something. But definitely it's going to be something for these two goalkeepers here, as they're going to get called upon. Many plays and many saves, which I'm predicting. Of course, when these two teams clash against each other, usually the goalkeepers are what make the difference, and the ones that decide at the end of the match who will be the winners. So I'm not really saying that there's going to be many goals in this match, but these two goalkeepers will definitely have a heavy task with them on Saturday. And on that note, let's take a look at the probable starting 11 going on here for Milan, because there are some players that will be missing this match through injury and so forth. But let's take a look at it as Donnarumma is expected to start in net. For the defense, Abate will be starting on the right. Alex and Romagnoli will be the center-back pairing as Antonelli will be starting on the left. For the midfield, we got Kuchka on the right, Montolivo in the middle, and Bonaventura coming back in that midfield as he will be playing on the left of Montolivo. And up front, Bacca will be playing in the middle as Cerci and Yag will be by his side. Now, of course, a talking point that I want to make about this lineup before I ask about your opinion, Adamo, was of course the midfield, because certain sources were actually suggesting that Poli might start ahead of Bonaventura, and when I saw that on paper, I thought to myself, we got Montolivo in the middle, a guy that loves sending long balls and doesn't really think twice before doing so, therefore doesn't look around before passing it, he just goes and launches it. And then we got Kuchka and Poli. Two players are quite physical and not very creative on the sides. So I was kind of worried. But now that Mihajlovic is actually considering putting Bonaventura in the midfield, things are looking kind of better as Bonaventura could actually create something as well for the attackers up front. What do you make of the starting 11? Good enough to beat Juventus?
Well, I mean, on paper, you look at the two sides, and you got to give it to Juventus. They definitely do have a very, very strong team. And that's something you would expect from a side that just made the Champions League final. But, you know, with Milan, I think they do have the quality to really take it to Juventus. And if you look at their current form, Milan could arguably beat Juventus, and maybe they even have the upper hand. You never know. But as you mentioned with Bonaventura on that midfield, I really do hope he's actually slotted in there because he's arguably our best player this season. Possibly the unsung hero, but he's a fantastic player, adds a spark. You know, he can do the work defensively. Going forward, he's like a playmaker. He can take long shots. He can pretty much do it all. You know, to see Poli, it's not like Poli's an awful player, but it's way too physical of a midfield, as you mentioned, way too one-dimensional, and I think Bonaventura is far superior to Poli either way. But, you know, with Montolivo, Kuchka, and Bonaventura, it has a lot of balance to it, so I think that would be much better against a side like Juventus, and hopefully Milan could take advantage of Juventus and get the win. And you never know, maybe my dogs are right. Maybe the 3-0 prediction will come true.
Definitely, and as you said there, Juventus have been very, I wouldn't say weak, but not too sure of themselves at home this season. As we saw, they picked up some very surprising results there as Udinese beat them in the opening day, and they picked up some ties as well. However, it seems like Juventus is slightly picking it up, and I just don't trust them to be a walkover for Milan. So it's going to be a tough match altogether, but we'll see what happens. I'm pretty confident that Milan could pick up the win nonetheless. So that wraps up our match preview, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to Rossoneri TV as we will have lots of content coming up in these few days. Tomorrow we'll have a little surprise for you guys. We'll see how that goes. And after that we'll have match reviews and fan reactions and so forth. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget that you could send us your fan videos to Rossoneri TV. Make sure to check out the description down below to find out how to do that. And we'll see you guys in the next few days. Thank you for watching. This has been Gio and Adamo signing off from Rossoneri TV. And as always, Forza Milan.